Okay, so a couple hours ago, I went and had lunch, and something happened, and that I want to share with you. So I normally don't dine out. I've been trying to budget, and today I felt like I've, uh, I needed to treat myself to a nice dinner. So I went to this Vietnamese restaurant that's down the street. I used to go there all the time pre-COVID, because I used to work not too far from there, so I would go there, and it was always crowded. You know, if not crowded, there would be people in there. And when I went there for lunch today, I was like, "Are you guys open?" Because it was completely dead. There was nobody in there except for one employee. One server and one cashier, and I was like thinking maybe they have new hours or something, and they're like, no, we're open. And sat down, had my the usual things that I always get every time. I'm a creature of habit. I usually order the same things. And when I went to pay, I didn't even look at the price. And it caught me off guard that my bill was almost $40. That place I used to go there, I would never have to break a 20. It was really, really, really cheap. That's why I used to love going there. And I'm guessing that's part of the reason why it was dead, because it's pretty much double in price. And I was thinking, man, for one person to eat an appetizer and a meal, and I don't drink alcohol, so it was just a soda, almost $40. And then on top of that, I tipped like $6. So I was thinking, man, this is no wonder people aren't going out anymore. And that place is not unique, because I've worked in a couple other restaurants before I quit my job, my last recent job. I worked in a few restaurants, and they were always empty as well. And one restaurant I worked at went out of business. And I've noticed just locally here, there's been multiple restaurants that have closed after COVID. I mean, it's just been spiking. And I've talked to people who are in the service industries as servers, bartenders, everything. And again, I used to be in the service industry, and we're all on the same page. It is slow. It's not what it used to be. People aren't making any money, and people aren't tipping what they used to tip. One of my friends, she's told me her table was the tab was $100, and they tipped $10, and she wasn't even mad at them. She understands that. She said people aren't tipping anymore because people don't have money to tip. They could barely afford these new prices, but they still want to come out. So I mean, they're tipping, but they're not tipping what they used to tip. And she wasn't mad at it. And this is like all over the place. Everyone says that people aren't tipping what they used to tip, and they're not. And restaurants are closing left and right. Now I'm gonna play this clip of it's titled "Chain Restaurants Closures" to see. This is a couple months old, but to see what they have to say about this issue. But I think this is the beginning of the next recession. Restaurants have not recovered because after COVID, and I think this is going to lead to like a major crisis, because the majority of work, at least where I'm from, right here, it's in the service industry, and it almost has like a trickle effect. And I think most restaurants have been getting by with doing to-go orders lately, because during COVID that it got people to order more to go, and people got comfortable ordering to go just because you get the food that you want, but now you don't have to tip, and also it's a little bit cheaper because now you don't have to buy the beverage. You can buy your own beverage, and you save a little bit more money. And I think by restaurants moving more in the to-go fashion is causing them to go out of business, because dining restaurants were never developed to be to survive in the to-go order method. And the reason I say this is because you make your money off of drinks, whether it be alcoholic drinks or any kind of beverage, because the upcharge is the profit margins are pretty high. And when people are ordering just food to go, you're basically just either breaking even or just making a little bit of profit. Also, you used to survive of not paying employees a good wage because they will make it up on the tips. And people who order to go don't generally tip, and it's becoming more and more common. And if they do tip, it's not much. So now you can't have the staff keep the staff there, and the staff that you do have there, you have to pay them more because they're not making any tips. So let me play this video, and I'll give you a little bit more of my 2 cents.
Big news from Red Lobster this week. They're shutting down dozens of locations across the U.S.
That's right. It's just the latest chain restaurant to announce major closures. Fox 5's Jody Goldberg takes a closer look at why so many of this type of restaurant are struggling.
This is like our day.
This mother-son duo dines at Red Lobster for lunch at least once a month.
Seafood with the biscuits.
I know a lot of people that likes it.
They're among the people who like it, and they're upset the nationwide chain that's been around since 1968 abruptly closed dozens of its restaurants, including this one here in Stony Brook on Long Island.
I would go for New Year's Eve dinner.
They've got good food, good seafood, and the biscuits just slap.
The restaurant that prides itself on seafood with standards will auction all of its equipment and furniture from 50 of its locations.
Servers are getting minimum wage, $20 an hour, and you add that to the increase in the food prices due to...
Okay, let me just pause right here, and I gotta disagree with this guy, whoever this guy is. Servers are not getting paid $20 an hour minimum wage. For maybe, I don't know what state this is, maybe that's in his state, but here in Texas, minimum wage is the same as the federal, $7.25. And servers are not getting paid. They either get paid minimum wage or less than, because they make it up in tips. And yet they're still closing down restaurants here. So it's not the server's wage that's causing this. It has to do with the prices of foods and goods are going up, and wages are the same. So those customers don't have they can't afford it. That's why I don't dine out. If I could, I would dine out all the time. I used to dine out all the time. And now I do it less and less, because and I'm going to do it less and less. Just one person, $40. You know, it's not. I can't do it. Let me see what else he has to say.
The supply chain issues and inflation, then restaurants have to increase their selling prices.
Applebee's Outback.
Yeah, it's mainly the inflation of food that our wages are keeping up with the prices of goods going up.
Steakhouse and Carrabba's are among other restaurant chains that have closed in some communities. Experts say credit card processing fees tacked onto bills doesn't make it any easier.
I don't think that has to do with it.
The restaurants that were having problems with their competition are going to find that the competition is going to drive them out of business.
Now, according to reports from Restaurant Business Online, menu prices at full-service restaurants have jumped close to 4% over the past year, while prices at fast food spots are up just over 5% during the same time. Now, compare this to at-home food prices up just 1%, giving diners even more of a reason to stay at home and cook for themselves.
Table service or full service type of restaurants, pre-COVID, post-COVID, have been really working hard to attract as many guests as possible.
As for loyal lobster lovers, they hope the Red Lobsters near them stay open.
The food was good, the friends were good, it was just a really good time.
It's pretty sad. I think we got to do something.
On Long Island, Jody Goldberg, Fox 5.
Yeah, so this is happening everywhere. Like I said, I live in Texas, and I've noticed this, not just with restaurants, also with bars, that there's less and less customers everywhere. You could get a table at places that you need to make reservations. You could just come in there and sit down, no wait time. People just don't have money to spend on this. You know, it's the combination of goods going up and our wages staying stagnant. Now, this is gonna. I'm trying to think in the future, in the very near future, what is this gonna lead to? This is probably gonna be the next major collapse, and this is why I'm trying to tell people, my viewers, to you have to plan now. Like, start saving money, start focusing on becoming more financially independent from the workforce. Start making money through little like side hustles, and hopefully start your own business that you can make money and you don't have to work for others. Because if you do work for others, it is going to be tough. It's going to be tough to find a good job, because with the restaurants failing, you're going to have an influx of workers trying to get anything else that's available. I mean, trying to apply for a job nowadays, you're competing with thousands of other people. And the thing is, you're competing for garbage jobs with garbage pay. And it sucks. It's like, how long do you want to do that? Do you really want to do this? You won't be able to retire doing that. Unless you're in a certain field, like in the medical field, or maybe the legal field. For most of us, this isn't ideal to just move from job to job. We have to do something. This is why I do YouTube. Hopefully this will pay off. If not, I have a couple other things that I'm working on, and maybe like I could be financially free. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Are you in the service industry? Do you notice this, that they're empty, that they're closing, that something's about to happen? Let me know in your neck of the woods. Maybe this is just regional. Like I said, here in Galveston, and we're a huge tourist city, it is dead everywhere. Let me know in your city if it's the same. That way I can compare. Or let me tell me if in your city it's the opposite. It's never been busier. You know, maybe there's hope. Who knows? All right, that's enough for this video.